All right, traders, I am back again with another video, and we're taking time tonight to look at the Euro Aussie trade that we had shown about 6 days ago, and we held this trade over the weekend because the trade was doing so well, and also wanted to just show you guys the end result, what we looked at and how we started. So the first video, if you go back on my website, on my YouTube channel, you'll see my last two videos are the Euro Aussie trade, so you can see the past two videos, or else you could click on the link that's on the video here and you'll see the last two videos that I made for this Euro Aussie trade. The first one will show you what I was looking at and how I decided to get into the trade, or why. The second one will show you as the trade progressed, and then tonight the trade is over, so we just want to look at the trade as it concluded tonight. Okay, so with that said, let me get started here. What I did was basically, I know I was going to trade the 4-hour time zone, but you could look here on the daily and you could see this daily time zone. Since this is the daily, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We were somewhere in here when I took the trade. So I looked at it on the 4-hour time frame. I believe this was where we started out. We had a TK crossover, but I wasn't really paying attention to anything Ichimoku. The only thing that I paid attention to was that it was bullish because we were above the cloud, but I really didn't take a lot of validity into the daily signal because still we're sideways. We need to bust out of this sideways move. So I was looking at this being in a range pretty much, and you could see it's in a range. It's been in a little range here. So I usually mark my levels at the, I like to mark them at the close of the candle, the opening closes, because I feel like this, I'm aware of where the price was before, but I don't want to put I might put a line here, you know, to give me some, to let me know that price was here, and then also maybe put a line somewhere else, wherever all these wicks want to be in that area, because I know that price can still violate this level but then end up closing down here. So a real violation is a close above this level, which no candles have done. No candles have closed above this level, right? So when we don't have any closes above that level, I'm looking at that more importantly, because if you go to the daily time frame, you want to see the daily candle close above this level. So if we were like here, I'm looking at this range. We came here, made a level, came back down here, made a level. So what my next thought was price was going to come back to this level here. And that's what price did, because price is pretty much ranging. And so I looked at it as a range on the daily time frame, and that's where I got my level from. All right, so we'll leave that on for a few seconds. And I didn't even really look at Ichimoku much on the daily, but I knew we were bullish. But I knew that, again, like I'm saying, we were looking at the range level. So now we went to the 4-hour time frame. Our 4-hour time frame trade, I'm going to show you where it was. Let me take this off the chart. We don't need that on there. So looking at our trade, we had all bearish signals on the 4-hour time frame, and the 4-hour was kind of moving. You could see we had nice little trends here. So we were able to look at Ichimoku in a better light here. All right, so what we looked at here was price violated the Kumo right here. Everything was bearish. You had your crossover here, so I'll mark the bearish signals. We had a crossover here that was bearish. This future was already bearish. All right, and it remains bearish, but now you could see all the volatility in this thing because it's so thick here. Actually, there was a lot of volatility here also, and then price made the move a little bit to the downside, and then now it looks a little bit volatile maybe. All right, so now the thing that I'm looking at are twofold. When I looked at that, I saw this Chiku span was below the price. It was somewhere in here. And this is the candle that we traded off of. All right, so I didn't trade this breakout the first time. I was waiting for the retracement back to the cloud, and that's where it came, right back to the cloud. And I also was looking at a retracement to my fractal level, and I made a fractal zone. Price got up into the zone a little bit, but I was more looking at price inside the cloud, came back up to the cloud. bounced off the bottom of the cloud, but I set my level here. I wasn't triggered because price never triggered, you could see, and price went a little higher. It would have stopped me out. If it triggered me, it would have came and stopped me out barely, because I had my stop loss above, just above this level here. So it probably would have got me, maybe, and then it would have took off to the downside. It would have made me discouraged. Probably wouldn't have got into the trade because I already had it set. Actually, when I woke up, the trade was triggered. So let me show you exactly what we did here again. So we had the rejection here. We could see the rejection. All right, and then we saw a little bit of indecision, but we already set our level to trade here to the downside with a stop loss above this point. The market never triggered us, went a little higher. I woke up, price triggered me already. All right, and then price went back down, and a lot of people probably took their profits here, and that's no doubt. And you take some of that profit, but you could let some run, because the next thing price is going to do is retrace. All right, so it retraced, and then it went back to the downside. All right, and this is where I got the target from, that support and resistance level. When price came right down to the level, violated it a little bit. Now we're going to wait and see if we could get into another trade to the downside. We want to see if this thing is truly going even more, because if it is, I'm going to show you the levels that we're going to really start seeking out here. And I mean, it's going to be crazy if price can get to this point, and it would be really nice. But let's see. So our next points are going to be basically, I think I have it already drawn in. It's going to be this point right here at 145, 119. That's going to be the next level that we seek for. Now the thing that I like, if I'm looking at the daily time frame, now we had a big strong bearish candle. Now we're starting to get all bearish signals on the daily time frame. So the only problem is it's sideways, which I don't like. I think when we break out of that sideways move here, outside of this area, this level or this level, you'll see price, you'll see the signals change. But the way things look, it looks like price is going to try to break to the downside. We have a crossover that's bearish here. We're starting to cramp up here and get a little tighter with our crossover. So if we get this Kumo twist right here to the downside, that'll be bearish, and then Chiku span will be below price. It's sitting just below price, right at the bottom of that range. Now what I'm looking for price doing is moving up to the upside. All right, that'll give price a chance to, that'll give Ichimoku and this cloud, our future, a chance to get dark. It'll be a dark cloud. We'll see a lot of downpour. When you get a dark cloud, you get downpour, and then we'll see the market move back down. We'll look for the Kumo breakout of this level off of the daily time frame. Now the way that I do it, all right, I'm looking at this daily time frame breakout. If it develops, and I'm going to put a mark here, this is going to be my entry. Oops, sorry, that's not it. I'm going to put a level here. This would be where I would seek to enter the market on a close of this point, right? So I'm not looking for the close here. I need the pullback before. I don't want to see a close below here, because a close below here at this time would signify to me that, yeah, maybe price is going to go, but I think it would signify a little more that price may go a little, but we need to see that pullback. Now I could still be wrong, because looking at the 1-to-1 ratio, the market probably, let's put these expansions in here. And it's hard to do this on a ranging market, so the pullback wasn't so strong, so you got levels here. So yeah, you could get a pullback, you could get a break of this level still, and the market coming to this point before it pulls back, which would be, the 1-to-1 ratio. Now Fibonacci expansions almost get in line with when I'm talking about the 1-to-1 ratio. There's another aspect of Ichimoku trading that we really never even talk about, most of the time. A lot of Japanese traders know these things, some of this stuff, but not a lot. I don't think a lot of traders from the US know much about all the theories of Ichimoku. They just know these 5 lines that they see, but there's more to it. So there's a wave theory, price and time theory. So it's a little bit more to Ichimoku than what you see here. So I think the 1-to-1 ratio will fall pretty much into the number series with Ichimoku, and also like developing wave patterns, which have almost like Elliott wave pretty much, but Ichimoku's even a little bit more simpler when it comes to telling you about the wave pattern and stuff. I think it's a little bit even simpler to just draw the way that you draw your waves with Ichimoku, but I'm not going to get deep into that right now. And pretty much I have that all on my course, so you could find out about that if you really want to. The market's moving here. If we pull back, this will be a great pullback level, but I think there is a good possibility that we can violate here. You can see this little candle right now. It's not showing much of an interest. You got support at the cloud, so it's not showing a major interest of breaking this level at the time. So if we do get a pullback, we'll look for the pullback to this level about 154.870, and then look for the trade to the downside. Now, if you miss this, you'll see the breakout to the downside. The price violates this level here. So what I could do when it pulls back, and the reason why I really want to see the pullback, because the violation now, I don't have a cloud that's dark, which tells me maybe we're going to see price retrace. So if we get that retrace back up to this level, the market retraces. By the time it pulls back down, we'll have all bearish signals on Ichimoku, and then that would be a nice move to the downside for me to take the breakout there. And then I would be shooting for this level down here at what's that level? 145. 145 would be that level that we're going to be shooting for. Actually 145, 119. That would be the level that we pretty much shoot for. All right, so we need to get a violation. Well, actually, like I said, we really want to see the pullback. All right, so based off everything that I just told you, I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to trade the 4-hour time frame. So I'm going to go here. Now I could also do a couple other things based off of the 4-hour time frame. Now my pullback level and violation of the cloud is here for the daily time frame. So if the market doesn't pull back where I want it to and then goes and violates here with a 4-hour candle, I may take the trade here, put my stop loss above this level, and that would be it. So if we violate this level here right now, which is, what is this level? I can't really see the green, but it's about 152, 130. If the market violates that and closes below this fractal here, I'll take the trade, put a stop loss above this level, and let the market run. I'll shoot for this first target for the 1-to-1 ratio on the daily time frame, which will be at 149.561, and probably see the market pull back and then attack this level again. All right, now looking at this, you also see this 4-hour time frame. I would be looking to enter the market about here at about I'm probably shooting for 154.880 as my target to enter, or else around the Kijun, which almost is pretty much at that level anyway, 154.880. Yep. So if the market pulls back to Kijun and I get a bounce off of Kijun in a trade, I could get a trade way up here for a nice entry to the downside. So we're going to keep our eye on this pair, because this pair is really at a position where it's going to talk to us. All right, the market has to talk to us. It either is going to violate this level, or it's going to pull back. When it pulls back, it's going to come to one of our levels where we look to trade. If it comes to our level, we're going to look to trade it to the downside. So I'll keep you guys updated on this, and we'll keep looking at that. But that's what I'm looking at right now. That's Ichimoku, and hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, until next time, guys, have a great one. Great trading week, and God bless. So long.